Coming up, a nice clean smack, adult parts content, and we learn how to properly recondition an AluSil block. Hello and welcome back to Project Frankfurt, the E92 M3. In this episode, it's all about the prep work. We need to take apart, inspect and clean all of the engine components in preparation for a full engine rebuild of the S65 engine in the following episode. Also, like what you see, brand new design by Radu from RT Design Studio. This is Project Frankfurt E92 M3, and we have many more cool t-shirts and hoodies on the website, and I would appreciate if you check them out. And with that, let's dive in. First, we're gonna start with the easy one, the crankshaft, which is in perfect condition. I measured it in the previous episode. It also came out of a working engine, so we just need to clean it. First, hose it down with brake cleaner. And I'm also going to wear a mask because brake cleaner sucks.
Now I'm going to use this little brush to clean the oil passages. Now rinse it out. Clean carbonius.
All right, now I'm going to hose down the crank one more time with brake cleaner and then blow it out with compressed air just to make sure there's no debris left.
It's like a chocolate fountain. Lint-free paper towels.
A clean plastic bag. Now we can wrap it, and that way it'll stay nice and clean until the rebuild time comes. Next up are the cylinder heads. My plan here was to take them apart completely, clean them, lap the valves, install new valve stem seals and call it a day in order not to have a downtime with a machine shop. But upon disassembling them, I found that the intake valves are in fantastic condition and so are the valve seats, but the same can be said for the exhaust valves. On the right side you can see what they looked like before cleaning them in the AquaBlast 1215 vapor blasting cabinet, and on the left after the treatment. The valve face is in very poor condition, and this can't be fixed by just lapping them, as that would expand the valve seat and that would be no bueno. These valves need to be regrinded, which is a pretty easy job for the machine shop, so off to the Topmar Motorworks in Poland they go. I really want this engine to be something special and to perform the best it possibly can, and having just finished and delivered V12 M73 heads for Project Marseille E31850i and talking to Lucas from Topmar, one understands that they love their job and that they have the same detail-oriented approach as I do, and I can't think of a better person for this job. They're not only going to refurbish them, but also do a multi-angle valve job, and while the intake side is ported from the factory, they are going to improve and port the exhaust side, which will result in really good flowing cylinder heads. Moving on, now we're going to take apart, inspect and clean the main oil pump and the scavenger pump. We'll start with the scavenger pump. It looks fairly simple. There is some junk in the pickup tube here. Going to need a new gasket here. There is no mark how this goes back in. A very simple thing, this. So I want to reassemble this the same way I took it out, so I'm just gonna take a picture for reference. Now we can take brake cleaner and clean this and inspect it for wear, scoring marks or anything like that. And this one looks good. Okay, this one looks good as well. Some wear and tear here on the surface, but I would call that normal. Cover is good, and the housing as well. With the pump disassembled, we can put it in the ZZ machine and get it nice and clean. We're gonna clean everything except these two parts here because there's no need, they're already clean. And the chain, I'm going to replace that anyway, and the guide as well, so I'm not gonna bother with that. But everything else can go in the ZZ machine. The bolts, and we're gonna let that cook for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, we can continue with the beating heart of the engine. Okay, let's remove this guy here. Guessing that's going to be some sort of giant spring. Doesn't feel like there's a spring behind, but let's see. Nope, no spring. There's nothing there. There's another one on this side. Might have something here. Ooh, there is a spring in there. There it is. And some sort of ball. Does not look like it wants to come out. Okay, let's see if we can split this case finally. There it is. Wow, certainly is a special pump. Ooh, there's a massive spring inside. So that's how this devil's device look like. Not your simple oil pump. Let's pull out the shaft. This one is in perfect condition. Okay, let me inspect the inside of it. Ooh, there's the ball. Yep, that looks good. Nothing wrong with that. This as well. Gonna try and keep the little veins in order. So this you can't mess up. Both parts have marks here, and that's how you know how it goes back together. All right, this is in good condition as well. Okay, we're gonna remove this element as well with this giant beefy spring. Just tried it on the old pump from the blown up engine, and it comes out and goes in pretty easily. There we go. All right, now we can thoroughly clean everything. And for a reference, this is how a bad pump looks like. So this is from the blown up engine, and you can see and feel heavy scoring marks here and here. And the casing on the inside is the same. Well, this one is nice and clean here. All right, so all of this is gonna go in the ZZ machine. Went with 25 minutes in the end. And the pump looks like brand new. All right, we need to thoroughly rinse this out. Now the main oil pump. Voila! With everything nice and clean, we can reassemble the pumps. Fogging oil for men. Probably an overkill, but I'm going to use a bit of medium strength thread locker on the bolts. Make sure that the Torx bit is clean, nice, good and tight. Now make sure that the pump still spins, which it does. The oil pickup tube we're going to install later because I'm missing that gasket, need to order a brand new one. And now the main oil pump. Make sure you don't forget this little tab pin sliding thing here. And this notch needs to line up with that one there. Plenty of oil. Now I'm going to put the little veins back in the same place I took them out. Now we need to line up this big pin with the hole here. Give it a nice smack. Again, I'm going to use a bit of medium thread locker. Tighten it in a crisscross pattern. You can feel when the bolts bottom out. The pump should spin freely, and it does. Now this plugs the spring in the bowl. The spring. And that's the main pump done as well. Spins nice and freely. This can now live in a nice clean zip bag until we need all of this in the next episode when we start the rebuild, well, the assembly. I think it's time to do some vapor blasting, don't you agree? So the nuts and the screws, bolts, that's going to go in the ZZ machine. The aluminum parts are gonna go in the vapor blasting cabinet. The thermostat housing. Ooh, there's an O-ring in there as well. A very strange O-ring. Step into my Vixen Surface Treatments Vapor Blasting Cabinet, codename Aquablast 1215. See, gonna be better than brand new. Done. I gotta say, I missed vapor blasting. It's very relaxing. Now we need to protect this finish and make sure it lasts. For that, we are going to use XCP Rust Blocker Clear Coat. Ooh, looks like coffee. Now I can wipe it off. This stuff actually smells nice as well. So a subscriber recommended me to use XCP because in his experience, it lasts longer than ACF that I was using previously. So I'm gonna give it a go. Beautiful. The oil pan, we have two of them, one from the old engine that blew up and then one from the donor engine. Both of them have stripped oil drain plugs. We're gonna go with the one from the old engine because it's in overall better condition. So now we're gonna fix the stripped threads here. Oil level sensor. This one here is, I believe, good. This one is fine. I bought time certs. Can also go slightly oversized, which is this kit here. And I think that might be the better option because then we're gonna keep this recess in the threads there so that the oil can drain out completely. Right. This is M12 and we can go to M13 and fix it that way. That way we don't need to use time certs or anything like that. Another reason why I want to go with an oversized bolt is you see that recess in the threads over there? It's over here on this side as well, and this is to help all of the oil drain out of the pan. And if we go with a time cert, we're going to lose that recess. Right, that'll do it. New threads tapped. Let's give it a try. Look at that. Now we're gonna try and torque it. Brand new washer. The torque is 25 newton-meters. There you go. Stripped oil drain plug, fixed. Might get a different bolt here though. The one that can match this one, you know, with an Allen key. But for now, this works. Now, what I would love to do is put this in the vapor blasting cabinet and make it all nice and shiny, but we can't do that because the baffle here is closed and the chances of media sticking to inside of the oil pan, to oil sludge or varnish or whatever is very high, and that can later destroy the engine, so we simply can't run that risk. Instead, I'm gonna take this as well to H2 Motors, and I believe they have a big parts washer or something where they can clean this thoroughly and get it ready to be put back on the engine. The oil filter housing. This is again one of those things that we can't vapor blast, but we can't clean it in the ZZ machine. Oil pressure switch. Ooh, it's full of oil. So there is some sort of plastic inside of the housing that you can unbolt and remove, but the problem is it has a gasket and an O-ring on the bottom, and those are not sold separately. So if I remove it, we're gonna disturb those gaskets and then we might have some leaks later, so I'm gonna leave that be. But we can remove a spring and a check valve or whatever it is here on the side. So all of this can now go in the ZZ machine. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? I'll likely get a new cap, but for now this is nice and clean and we can set it on the side. These are the valve covers and they're made from magnesium, and they have one common issue, and that is the finish starts to chip and all of this stuff ends up in the engine, and also along the edge here it starts to chip the paint, the finish, and then you have oil leaks all around. So the proper way to refurbish these valve covers is to chemically strip them completely, then powder coat them, paint them, whatever you want to do. But inevitably that finish is going to fail as well, and then you're going to have the same situation of the paint or that finish dropping into the engine. So we are not going to use magnesium valve covers because we have a much better solution here. And by the way, you can't leave them untreated because magnesium reacts with oil and starts to corrode or rust or whatever. I reached out to NRW Design and they got us covered, quite literally, with aluminum valve covers. Look at this beauty. You can see exposed aluminum on the inside. And this is now the same what the S85 V10 engine in the E60 M5 has. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same material. And it is a permanent solution to the valve cover problem on the S65 engine. And the best part, you can choose whichever color you want, and one of those colors is the OEM finish, which matches the original one. You know me, I like things to be as how they came from the factory, so I went with the OEM finish. Another common issue, leaking rubber grommets for the valve cover bolts, and for whatever reason BMW decided not to sell them separately but together with the bolts, and they are quite expensive. So NRW came up with a solution there as well, a much cheaper and better solution, silicone grommets that are going to last a lot longer and gonna cost you a lot less to replace. As I said, I reached out to them and they decided to support the project with a set of beautiful aluminum valve covers. Thank you so much, I really appreciate that. In my opinion, this is a much better solution than to refinish the original valve covers because it's also a permanent solution. So I'm gonna leave the link to these in the description if you're facing the same issue and thinking about what to do. It's unboxing time. Imran from Evolve Automotive is supporting Project Frankfurt with some magnificent and absolutely must parts from Venturi. I think you might already know what this is. And it rhymes with carbon fiber. Careful when cutting. Don't get the blade too deep. All right. Oh, yes. Look at that. Microfiber intake plenum. Look at that. Oh, man. That S65 is going to sound absolutely insane. Let's see what's in the rest of the boxes. As you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the carbon fiber, but in case of Project Frankfurt E92 M3, it has a carbon fiber roof, so this is gonna work well. And I wanted to go with a matte finish, which in my opinion looks much better than the glossy carbon fiber. So I think it's gonna look really, really nice in the engine bay. Gotta say, packaging is really good. Look at that, Venturi. Yes! And finally, the air filtration. We gotta go with that one instead of with the stock one because there's no room to install it, as far as I understand. Connection device. And then the elbow. Man, look at the quality of this product. Look at the finish. Beautiful. It really is art. Massive thank you to Imran, Evolve Automotive, and Venturi for supporting the project with these fabulous parts. This is going to be a beautiful piece de résistance. I cannot wait to hear this engine roar. Lastly, we need to prep the block for honing and cleaning, so we need to remove all of the plugs and stuff that's attached to it. The dowels. There's a plug on the back. 2 plugs here. I think this one I'm gonna leave alone, and much of the same here. Flip it around. Can remove the main bearings. All right. And lastly, the piston squirters. Piston squirters we are going to clean and reuse. There's nothing wrong with them. And there's this gasket here as well. And I just noticed 2 more plugs here. There's a gasket there. Oh, there's a very thin gasket there. All right, that's everything. The block is ready for H2 motors, for honing and cleaning. And now the package from our friends from BMW World with highly anticipated components inside. Gummy bears, as always with BMW World. Yes, we have Mahle Motorsport pistons. Oh, this is heavy. Fantastic customer service, as always with BMW World. They gave me a super nice discount on these pistons, and this arrived to Germany within 3 to 4 working days, which is fantastic. Massive thank you to Phil and the whole BMW World team. Maximum power, proven reliability, powering winners for over 95 years. Don't think I need to introduce Mahle Motorsport. They're well known in the car world for making one of the best car components. Yes! Here it is. Precious. We have the wrist pins here. This will be the piston rings. Yep. That is a wrist pin. So here's the stock piston. Let's weigh them, huh? Grams. Stock piston is 362 grams. 362 grams as well for Mahle Motorsport. So we don't need to rebalance anything in the engine. Just like stock. When it comes to forged aluminum pistons, you typically have a choice of 2 different types of alloy of which they are made from. You have 4032 alloy, which are these pistons here, and you also have 2618 alloy. In plain words, 2618 alloy is stronger than 4032. 4032 is a less ductile alloy, and 2618 is a low silicon, high expansion alloy, and is typically used in high boost engines or extreme heavy duty racing applications. With 2618, the downside if you use it in a street engine is they require larger piston to valve clearance, typically from 0.06 to 0.08. And this is why on a cold start that engine is going to be noisier because you have that piston slap until the pistons expand. And 4032 are perfect for street application because they require pretty much stock piston to valve clearance. They are forged and much stronger than stock cast pistons, and they're actually more durable when it comes to wear compared to 2618. So perfect for the engine that we are building. These were out of stock for about, I think, more than a half a year, and Mahle Motorsport finally made another run, and I was able to get my hands on them thanks to BMW World. These are, as I said, a bit higher compression than the stock pistons. Stock engine is 12.0 to 1 compression. These are 12.2 to 1 compression. But the engine is going to be tuned either way because we're also going with shrink camshafts as well as a few different mods. So that engine is going to make hopefully more power than stock. With that, we are ready to pack everything and go to H2 Motors. Good morning. Time to settle up Project Rally. The block, the oil pan, the bed plate, and the pistons. All right, let's hit the road. Go, Project Rally, go! Taking the S65 block for a joyride. 260, 280, 290, and a little car in the left lane. Why would you not be in the left lane? We are flying to H2 Motors in Overath near Cologne. They are a professional BMW workshop that specializes in engine repair, among many other things. I got to talking to the owner Herman not long ago, and he told me that they have their own in-house special machine to recondition AluSil engine blocks, and that I should bring the donor block for Project Frankfurt for them to go over it. Needless to say, I was more than happy to oblige and felt comfortable taking the block to them as they have a tremendous amount of experience with BMW engines.
Broken BMWs, this must be the place. And that's the E61 M5.
Hi.
How's it going, man? Nice to meet you, Stratton.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
So these are the pistons.
Yes.
And then the block over there. Visually they look good, right?
Yeah, really.
So I actually have a question for you. When you use that tool, you can see sometimes you want to leave marks in the... You can't avoid that, right?
It's not a problem.
really not.
Because I was very careful, so you can see I left the very, very tiny ones.
That's normal at the AluSil.
But I know I took the last block to a machine shop and they just went bam. You can see whole lines everywhere.
You have to be careful.
Yeah, so I did it very like gently. Okay, so now you're gonna measure the block, huh?
Oh, also good. 004. This is the widest point.
Always because of the piston rocking.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when you look on the cylinders, since we made a lot of them, you instantly see that the block is good.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
I got lucky with the block then.
All the same.
It will run great
matter.
with the new pistons and new rings.
So this is your washing machine, huh?
Yeah.
I need one of these.
We will get the Vixen machine as well.
Vixen. I
You can get it wrong in Germany, you know?
I know, I heard that. Yeah. So this cleans with steam and stuff, or
Only water.
water and steam?
Water and cleaner. So it will wash for 20 minutes.
Oh my God, so many engines.
Yeah, look over here. Come with me. I'm putting a lot of old engines in stock, you know?
Holy crap.
It's all
S62.
S62. Those are V10s.
Yep.
This is a V10 as well. This is a brand new S65.
Brand new.
Brand new. But I won't sell it.
Ah, yeah, you took a picture of this one.
Yeah,
Why won't you sell it? I need one.
no, never. It's like a stock, you know?
Yeah, you keep it in stock.
Yes.
Because soon they're gonna run out. They're not gonna sell
Sure,
them to you
sure,
anymore, yeah.
absolutely. And so we have S54, and those are all the new ones, S55, S85, S58, sorry.
That's 58, yeah.
And
So
yeah.
this is all for customers, or if you need to repair an engine and then you have stock?
I just buy them because if you have an engine that's not repairable anymore, I will just take out, rebuild it, because they are like testing engines, you know?
Okay. Oh, I see. So you get this directly from BMW?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. That's very good. I had one of those, the hydrogen engines that I got, a Schrott from BMW.
Charlotte.
Yeah, but you open it inside and it's brand new.
So you see, those are all the engines that I just keep in stock. Everything is like
Brand new?
N63. No, they are broken. They are scarred, and they are from a what is it, like a technical action from the States, because they do it much more quicker than they do it here in Germany. You know, when some customer has issues, the warranty is much
so
better.
exchange program. So
Yeah,
if there's
yeah,
something
yeah.
wrong with the engine?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's the point.
Oh my God, is that E34 M5 Touring?
Yeah, but it's the one with the 6-speed and the big brake.
3.8.
Yeah. This one is ours.
Imola Red?
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
I have them both at home, the Imola Red M5 and this one.
Wow. Imola Red is one of the best colors. That's E31, I can already see the shade.
Yeah, it's
CSI?
no, it's a 40 CI with 6-speed shifter.
Ah, those are really rare. They're actually rarer than
and it has the CSI package with the mirrors and yeah.
You can actually get that from the factory, the whole CSI.
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful.
Look, it's like gray inside.
And there's the 6-speed. Beautiful car. So
Yeah,
it's
they're
all
very
miles.
rare. You only have 209 of the 6-speed touring.
Ah, so they had a
Because
5-speed
it's
as well.
yes, all were 5-speed,
Okay.
and just the last year was 6-speed, and they have the big brake from the
CSI.
CSI, yeah. Because I like tourings, you know.
Oh, I love
and
tourings.
and we
They're my
built the
favorite.
E39 M5 touring,
Oh yeah, we gotta take a
and
look at
then this is then I saw this one. I needed to buy it because I wanted to have the 34, the 39. We have the
whole
61, and we ordered the M3 touring also
come,
then.
okay.
So
Nice.
and now we have all tourings all together.
Homemade, yeah. That's one build that I want to do one day. E39 M5 Touring.
Yeah, I mean you can have a look at ours.
The leather is brand new?
Yes, we
Oh,
made it new.
Yeah, it smells really good inside. Beautiful.
Also with the Alcantara roof,
Oh, look at that.
because roofs are always a problem on the old cars.
They always go the headliner.
Yeah.
And the leather dash as well.
Yeah.
Rebuilt or
No.
stock?
Stock.
But these are very good engines, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very clean. Very, very tidy.
I mean, it's like, what is it? I think July '95. It's one of the latest models. So you see, we're both like enthusiasts.
Oh yeah. So you do Alpina, M, all of it, the whole shebang.
Yes, everything.
Because you also did one Alpina engine. I remember you and I talked. It was also the H1. You did the same thing I did after. You used the stock BMW block.
Yeah,
Works.
I know.
Because it's safe.
Because if you have a AluSil block, yeah, a lot of people say, hey, they're crap. But
No,
actually,
they're very
they are
good.
not.
Yeah.
Sleeved engines, engines that get sleeved afterwards, they never run properly.
Because of the heat dissipation. It's
Not even that, but people don't think about matching the piston to the sleeved block. You need different rings. You need a different coat on the pistons. So that's the point.
No, I'm never sleeving a block again. Unless there's no
Yeah,
other option,
yeah.
I'm never gonna sleeve a block again.
I mean, you can sleeve a block that's sleeved from the very beginning, like N54,
Yeah.
N55. Yeah, they are sleeved anyway, so you can do it. But actually,
But AluSil block, it's a different story.
yeah, very different story.
No, I've done it once and never again.
Yeah.
It's a horrible experience.
I mean, over there's a M88 engine. Do you know them?
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
So this is from the, say, E28 M5?
Yeah, like E38, 740 IL. We always put all parts together.
In one box.
Yes, in advance. So we really like do everything. We don't just take it apart and just do a little bit. It's always the whole program.
The whole engine.
Yeah.
Just pick up the box and start building the engine.
Yeah, sure.
Really impressive shop.
Thank you.
This one is from our stock, and this is a measure like it's normal.
Which is
Normal.
what? 91 point...
Here we're at 91.998.
8?
Yes, 980. And your piston,
The old one.
yes, that speaks for the good condition of the engine. Your piston has, I can try to put it on your piston.
You can't.
Don't work. So a little bit back, and then we see that your piston is nearly 92. 91, 995, 998.
So it's like a brand new piston, essentially.
Yes. And that's the reason why you have such a big difference between the Mahle Motorsport piston.
So Mahle
Because
is 97 and this is 99.
we can take the Mahle Motorsport.
Yeah.
So that's our Mahle Motorsport is 91.96597.
96497. This is
Yes.
what I measured yesterday as well.
But that's okay for a forged
Forged
piston, yes, because he need a little bit more clearance, right?
Yes.
Clearance. So he needs this room to
Expand, yeah.
expand it.
And I measured them yesterday. They're the same weight as the original pistons. 362 grams, I
Yeah.
think. Something like that for this and for the stock as well.
Yeah.
So these will work in the block. These are good for that block.
Yeah.
But I have good used pistons as well.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
Cleaning the surface over here.
Okay.
I mean, we have a sponge that you get from BMW. It's a part number. You can order it directly from.
Oh, okay. So this is the special tool or thing that you use to clean the block. So you just do it like that and it comes off.
I mean, you can put it on a machine and resurface it
Yeah.
on the machine, but you need a 5-axle CNC because with the regular machine you can't do it because of this one here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and you never have issues on the decks.
Yeah.
On the S65, so that's why we use the sponge. It's not a stroker engine, yeah. You know, it's like it has short strokes, and this machine has a very high stroke, so you have to be very precise when honing it and doing the AluSil job. So you have to be very careful, because otherwise you will hit those parts.
The bottom.
Yeah, the bottom. I mean, it's possible that we hit them slightly, because it's almost impossible to do it without.
Okay.
Yeah. But since we made JP's engine or disassembled it this week and saw how the last machine shop made the block, it was horrible.
Hard cuts here.
Hard cuts.
Ooh. Yeah, this is the thing with AluSil. Not everyone can do it.
Yeah, you have to get the experience during the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, it's not about AluSil. It's about the short stroke, the short bar, and
You need a bottom.
near bottom. You haven't much room between ending of cylinder wall and the bottom.
Yeah, you have to be very precise in getting near to the bottom.
Gotcha. And so this is not going to remove any material, but this is going to...
You will remove like 0.00 millimeters, also about 1/100. Yeah.
Okay.
First step is honing.
Okay.
Very fine honing.
It's like an acid paste,
Okay.
which
Etches the surface and exposes silicon.
yes, that's it. That's
Gotcha.
it.
So we have a fresh surface for the brand new piston rings.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
the whole goal.
So this is my tool for peak of the cylinder. It's show me how much I have to take behind the grinder, Schleifleiste in German. So we put here 19 millimeters. It's important to come on the same distance on all 4 blocks, that the honing head isn't shaking in the cylinder.
And these are stones or?
Yeah, yes, these are very fine stones for the aluminium surface. We only want to refresh the cylinder. We don't want remove material, much material.
Okay, so now we are doing the first step, huh?
Yes, also the lower point of the honing head, what we spoke about, what's tricky is, that's my lamp for the UT. Then I'm now, the machine is on the lowest point. Now I have to adjust that I don't go too deep, but I have to go deep, that the cylinder goes round and smooth.
That's honing oil.
Yes, very expensive oil.
AluSil block is somewhat of a complex topic, and there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding going around, such as that it's a coating when it's not. Aluminium silicon, or short AluSil, is a type of alloy that contains approximately 78% aluminium and 17% silicon. AluSil blocks are commonly used by Audi, BMW, Mercedes, and Porsche, as they are much lighter than traditional blocks and dissipate heat much better. On its own, aluminium is not strong enough, and piston rings would eat alu cylinders rather quickly. Hence why when the block is cast in the factory, it's injected with silicon.
Now you can see little scratches better, also top ring. Now you see the clearance between piston and cylinder because I adjust the tool on the piston,
Okay.
not on 92.
So how long did it take you to perfect this, to get the skill to use this machine?
Oh,
The knowledge.
I wouldn't describe my my knowing as perfect because it's much learning by doing.
Yeah.
And much, not much, but sometimes destroying by learning by destroying.
Yep.
Yeah. The much I learned was on my own S65 block, and that was destroying, learning by destroying.
Sometimes you have to do that, yeah.
But if you're technical fit and have not 2 left hands,
Yeah, you
it's,
can do
it's
it.
possible.
So not a lot, just a few laps, let's call them.
Die Unrundheit,
If it's not around.
if it's not around, you can't delete it because you have not much room to play around with the honing.
Yeah, because then you remove too much material and
Yeah,
then it's
yeah.
not good.
So we concentrate on creating a good surface, keep it small, and it runs well.
So I don't know if you mentioned in the video, but Mirko also has E92 M3 or E90. E92?
E92.
E92 M3, and he also built his engine on this machine, and yeah, he knows what he's doing.
It's not the only one I built.
You've built many, huh? So S65 specialist. But you also do S85. I mean, you do all of the engines here.
Yes. Not much diesel.
I feel, yeah.
At most time with an S in front of the.
So M engines.
Yes.
The good ones. The AluSil blocks are not honed conventionally, and there is no cross-hatching. As we are reconditioning this block, Mirko is first using very fine stones to prep the cylinders. This step removes nearly no material, or at max 0.01 millimeter, and its purpose is to clean and prep the surface for the following step. The vertical lines that you see here are marks from the dial bore measuring tool.
Okay.
So now it's the final step,
Yes.
exposing silicon.
Finish the surface with etching.
Etching, yeah.
Etching so that only silicium crystals standing on the top of the cylinder wall We have like mountains, and they're aluminum and silicon, and we etching all aluminum mountains away, so they're standing only silicon. That's a good surface for the piston ring.
The second and final step is the etching of the cylinder, where a special AluSil compound or paste is used with special felt strips. This etching or lapping process brings out a very hard silicon to the surface. These exposed silicon particles look like small islands under a microscope and allow for oil to collect in the area surrounding them, thus forming the required surface that supports piston and ring travel.
60 seconds and the next cylinder.
You can go a lot deeper into this topic. For example, there is also a special tool that measures the surface roughness and helps you achieve an absolutely perfect cylinder surface. But in plain and simple terms, this is how one correctly reconditions AluSil block.
Done.
Done, yes.
Just lift it.
Yes.
Alright, this is much heavier than before.
So,
Honing is done. So now you're cleaning the surface.
yeah. At first with the blade.
So it's not like sandpaper, but it does clean the surface.
Yeah. It takes no material off. Nearly no.
Just
So
cleans it.
if you're ready, you can see the surface from the factory. How they plan the block in the factory.
Okay. It glides over very smoothly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave anything.
We tried a lot, and this is the best way.
But a lot of people use sandpaper, which is wrong, because you're removing material then.
Yeah, we often see that people done it with sandpaper, put a head down at any engine, and deep scratches. And
So now if camera can capture it, you can actually see the machine surface from the factory, because that tool, it simply cleans the surface. It doesn't remove any material. So I'm gonna have to get one of those things because it's really good. Really nice job.
Surface looks perfect. Ready for the head gasket. So now the block is going for final cleaning.
And have a look at this, a proper engine stand. In fact, this is the original BMW engine stand from 1998 that was used in the factory. Herman got his hands on a few of these and they're just fantastic.
Rotisserie chicken.
And you can adjust the angle depending on which engine you're working on. I could buy one of these from him, but the problem in my case is that they're quite big, take up a lot of space and need to be bolted down. But still, I think I need one.
Ooh, it's clean. No man, can't wait to assemble this engine.
So the block is done, nice and clean all around.
And fresh AluSil surface exposed. Thank you. And thank to you as well. So we're happy with everything? Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
yeah,
This was fantastic, fellas. Thank you for this. Oh, really. This is a massive help because now I know that the engine is perfect, it's healthy.
yeah, that was
Good
the
for
point
everything.
why I told you, hey, just come over to us, we will show it to you once.
Thank you again for this.
Hey.
What do I owe you for this?
It was a pleasure. Actually, I told you to test it. Yeah?
Okay.
So just keep it as it is. Yeah, just give us a shout out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, because it was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I mean, I think you understand that we are both like.
Yes. Yes.
Car addicted.
We have the same mindset. So
Yeah,
thank you very
definitely.
much for this. I appreciate it because with this type of stuff, I was always afraid to go to a machine shop, you know,
Yeah,
if they're gonna
this
do
is
it
why
right
I
or
told you.
whatever.
Hey,
But you're
test
doing it here
test
every
it.
day, all
Yeah,
like
that's the point.
every day of the week. You're doing this, so you know what you're doing. So that's really good.
So
But I'm sure I'm gonna be back
give me a call if you
with
need
another
something.
engine. So
Okay.
thank you again. Thank Mirko again, and
Bye bye. Have a nice way back.
thank you.
Can you tell that we're back in the dojo? Wonderful experience with H2 Motors. Can't thank them enough for their amazing hospitality. For professionalism as well, we have a fresh S62 block. I hope you found this interesting. AluSil honing, how it's done properly, how the surface is etched to expose more silicone, and now we have a properly fresh surface for brand new pistons and piston rings. So we're pretty much ready to go, except we're missing two major components, cylinder heads. They are with Topmar in Poland. They promised me that it's not going to take too long. I sent them both sets of the heads from the donor car as well as the old engine, and whichever they finish first, they're gonna send them back so we can start the reassembly. I'm also desperately looking for Schrick cams, the sport version, 284 degrees, and I reached out to Schrick directly, and they were kind enough to provide me with a very nice discount and support the project. Unfortunately, they have none in stock, and the next production run is going to be in November, which is a bit too late for me because I want to start the reassembly late September or early October. So if anyone has those camshafts in stock and is willing to sell them, please reach out. I will buy them immediately. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go with stock cams and then maybe install them a bit later, but I would much rather install them during the engine rebuild. So I need to wash the block one more time, prep the thermostat surface, the water pump surface, and then this is good to go. So in the next episode, we're gonna go start to finish complete S65 engine rebuild. Stay tuned for that. As always, thank you so much for following along and for your support.